Can you help us understand, what is a curiosity conversation? How maybe it's different from an interview? And maybe, what have you gotten from this?
Well, okay, so, when I graduated college, I'll do it very quickly. I graduated college, I learned how to take tests. I learned how to get good grades. But about a month out of college in the summer, I was supposed to go to law school. I got accepted to law school, but something made me think, like, what did I learn? And I couldn't remember what I learned. So if I couldn't remember what I learned in college, I couldn't identify it or speak to it, I thought, well, maybe I didn't learn anything. So I thought, well, how could I learn something? And then I thought, well, there was this one professor that I thought was pretty outstanding. I mean, the population of what I could reach out to was very limited. I was a kid that grew up in a tiny, tiny little world in the suburbs. Now I'm at college. I get out of college. I have to ask this question to myself. So I think, okay, I'll ask this professor. His name was Dr. Milton Walpin. He had a class. It's about 300. It's about the size of this class. I don't know how big this room is. 300 people. And I reach out to him. He doesn't want to meet me, blah, blah, blah. I try to meet him. I just meet him at the end of his class, so he can't avoid me. And I said, I'm the guy that was in your class that wrote these letters to you. Can we meet? Take 10 minutes. He said, I guess, but didn't you graduate? And I said, I did graduate, but I'd do anything just to have 10 minutes with you, like one-on-one. Reluctantly, he says yes. And I turned the 10 minutes into an hour and a half. And in that hour and a half, I learned much more than I ever learned in college. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand upon this and create a discipline where I do this every 2 weeks for the rest of my life, or as long as I'm physically, intellectually capable of doing that. And now it's been about 35 years where I do these curiosity conversations, which are where I reach out to somebody, I create a project for myself. I reach out to somebody that is renowned or expert in anything other than entertainment. So science, medicine, politics, religion, every art form, of course, technology. And I usually find the subject. I mean, I'm not a savant. I'm just like you guys all might be savants. But I'm just a person that has used this as an engine, a driver. And so I've been doing this and now you say, what are these conversations?
Yeah.
What they are, now there's a method. You can read this book, by the way. I have a book. It's called A Curious Mind. It's out here. You can read it, and it has the methodology of how to conduct one of these curiosity conversations. But this is slightly a slightly different question. What are they? Once you've studied up enough about a person, and you've created a strategy, and you're in this meeting with a person, to me it becomes a real-time event where I'm not accountable to anything. My time, I'm not accountable to it. And hopefully I've got that person so engaged that they feel no accountability. It's only about this moment. And it's different than a computer. It's different than anything because it becomes literally molecular, because I'm watching you, you're shaking your head like this, and I'm reading that. So it's a constant negotiation. You're using all of your focus and energy to try to learn something, some insight, usually what the secret. You're trying to learn whatever that person's secret is, the secret to their process.